Text-to-voice synthesis provided by Vidnami. Calling Out the Grey Brigade. February 22, 2021 by Anna von Reitz. Question: when did they stop teaching American history and start teaching U.S. history in our schools? Answer: 1965, technically, though they phased it out gradually over a 10-year period, culminating in 1976, with Jimmy Carter's takeover of our traditional public education system and the establishment of the federal, that is, Municipal Department of Education system. You now know that there is a profound difference between the U.S. and America and between state citizens and U.S. citizens and municipal citizens of the United States, so it should be alarming to most Americans to realize that their children have been taught the history of the U.S., our foreign federal subcontractors, and not the history of America. Given this fine-flying factoid, hidden in plain sight for the past 45 years, don't you all think it's time for mom and dad and the grandparents who know better to stand up and howl? We have two generations of young Americans who think that U.S. history is their history, when it's not and never was. Now, it isn't that our erstwhile employees lied, exactly. They told everyone up front that they were teaching United States history. They just didn't bother to explain that United States history isn't the same as American history, and that they were inexplicably dropping American history from the curriculum. Once again, the evil chipmunk, Jimmy Carter, is at the bottom of this dogpile. There is absolutely no provision in our public law for any federal Department of Education to exist, much less for such an entity to commandeer our public schools and set limits and standards over the education of our children, so as to deceive them by omission. Parents and grandparents of a certain age are being called out to take action, and to recognize the clear and present danger that inculcated ignorance poses for our young people. They literally don't know who they are as Americans and don't know what they are owed or how to enforce their constitutional guarantees. They were never taught any of this in our public schools. Thanks to traitors and manipulators like Jimmy Carter, they have been left adrift and defenseless in a sea of subtly designed omissions and disinformation. That's why they stare at you as if you were crazy when you tell them American history, which is a different subject quite apart from United States history. As our efforts here have progressed, we are more than ever convinced that our marginalized elder population is our national treasure, and we, the so-called graybeards, are the key to turning this mess around. Nobody can be afraid of us. They can't spare the publicity to break out the howitzers against a bunch of old ladies armed with knitting needles and facts, and old geezers coming at them with yellowed newspaper pages. Nobody can tell us what to do. We've already lived our lives and have so much less to lose than all the young people around us. We can afford to be brave. Then there is all our life experience. We were here. We may not have realized what was going on at the time, but we have the perspective to piece it together, and take action now. And whether they believe it or not, we have skills. Lots of them. Heck, some of us even have money and physical property and an interest in protecting it for our heirs against these ungodly foreign employee interlopers. And all of us have material rights and interests to pass on, our share of the public interest and our constitutional guarantees. It's Independence Day every day of the year. And those are our schools and these are our states of the Union. Schools are supposed to be under local control at the county level, not part of any federal district. Yes, I am speaking to you, all you retirees out there. You studied American history. Pass it on. You have power. You have experience. You can wake up and shove pedal to metal. Do so, and get involved now. You can save your country and preserve it for everyone who comes after, or you can sit there on your couch feeling overwhelmed. I'm taking the Joshua Pledge. I don't know what the rest of you are doing, but as for me and my house, we shall serve the Lord, and organize the people of this country to self-govern, and teach our young people the history they are missing, so that they know who they are and what they are owed. We aren't going to just sit here like spruce hens waiting for a round of buckshot. We are on the move, and whether you like it or not, you all need to be on the move, too. Go to www.theamericanstatesassembly.net.